everybody. Today I wanted to just review with you the Gibson Gospel. This is a 1993, back when they reissued it, and this one was made in 1993. And for you guys that don't know about the Gospel was issued in the 70s. I remember seeing the ad as a kid in the magazine, and for some reason they discontinued it. I don't know if it's because it wasn't a good seller or they just decided to discontinue the model. This one, I had always wanted to see what they sounded like because I was always curious. And you don't see them very often. None of my friends had a Gospel. None of my friends have played a Gospel or even seen one from the 70s or the reissue. So when one of them came up on eBay, I figured, you know, why not? I want to try this out because, you know, it's a really nice looking guitar. As you can see, it's got on the headstock, it's got the Gibson logo, it's got the dove. Of course, the Gospel, the dove being representative of the Holy Spirit. And when I got this one off eBay, and it didn't have a truss rod cover, so I went ahead and I ordered the one with the cross and put it on because I thought it looked pretty cool. Like I said, I had always wondered what they sounded like because I never heard one. I got this one off eBay for about $750, and was pretty pleased. It is nice. It's a nice sounding guitar. It's got that deep, rich sound. I think it's because of the body. If you can see in the back, it's got kind of a bulge in the back where it kind of allows for a deeper sound. Doing a little bit of research, I guess in the 1970s, when they first came out, they had primarily a maple body, you know, and a rosewood fingerboard and stuff like that. But when they did the reissue, they switched over to a mahogany. That's why it's a little bit darker. I've seen a couple on eBay, and one was lighter and one was darker, and I was assuming that the lighter one was a newer one, and the darker one was the older one. And that wasn't the case. It was actually quite the opposite. The darker one was a newer one because it's all mahogany, and they switched over to the mahogany, which is a deeper, darker color than the maple. But it still has the rosewood fingerboard, and it's got the mother of pearl dotlet inlays. I don't know if you can get a good picture, good view of that. I'll put a picture up. This one I got off eBay, and when I got it, I realized that it looked like it had been damaged. I don't know if you guys can see, but it looks like the headstock was cracked. You can get a better shot from the back. It looks like it was cracked and repaired. That hasn't affected the action. The action is still pretty nice. And as for the sound, I don't know if it affects the sound because I didn't know what it sounded like before it was broken. I think it's got a nice rich sound. Again, if you're going to put this up against, you know, a Hummingbird Pro or one of those type of guitars, that's not a fair comparison because those are high-end Gibson guitars. And this one it's a cheaper alternative. If you want a Gibson and you want Gibson quality and you want the Gibson deep sound, this is a nice sounding guitar. Like I said, it's probably not fair to put this one up against the higher end, the higher price Gibson guitars. But if you're looking for a guitar under $1,000, you can find them on eBay once in a while. This isn't really something that comes up very often. If you do an eBay search, you might find, well, maybe one, maybe two in listings, but it's not really, you don't see a lot of these. But I think this one it's very nice. I think it's a good looking guitar. It's got the wide shoulder, the dreadnought, and it's got the extra bulge in the back for a deeper, richer sound. And the bridge and saddle. It's a Gibson, so it's a quality guitar. When you take it out of the case and you hold it, it just feels good. You can tell it's a Gibson. and it probably measures up better against a lot of other guitars under $1,000. I try to give you a demonstration on some of the strumming. Let me attempt at finger picking for you so you can see what it sounds like. It is a nice guitar, and this is for you guys wondering if you guys had never heard a Gibson Gospel or seen one, 70s or 90s reissue. I think if you guys are curious and you got the money and you can't afford a higher end Gibson guitar, this one certainly will do the trick for you. It sounds good. This has no electronics, so you can't plug it in and run it off. You probably have to mic it off if you're going to do a performance with this. But it's a great sounding guitar. The action is nice. The feel is nice. And it's a beauty. It's beautiful. So that's the 1993 Gibson Gospel reissue. If you guys were curious, I hope it satisfied a little bit of your curiosity. I hope it helped a little, what little this video was. It was fun to make, but I like it, and who knows, maybe you'll like it too. Thanks for watching, and have a good day.